Weather enthusiasts around the world anxiously wait for their storm season. When the turbulent times finally arrive, some dedicate a week, a month, or even more to chasing and experiencing the scary storm clouds, lightning, and maybe even tornadoes. After the tempests die and the winds calm again, another enduring wait begins. In 2019, I made a commitment to wait no more and follow the severe weather patterns around the globe. This is the quest for the endless storm season. In the United States, in January and February, there's modest tornado probabilities near the moist Gulf where warm winter temperatures can fluctuate on and off. In March, the tornado potential increases in Texas and Oklahoma across to Alabama and Georgia. By April, tornado season is usually well underway.
Yeah, but there's a tornado on the ground over there.
You saw it on the ground? Thanks, guys.
My first tornado capture of the year was this weak satellite. My second and third tornadoes were much more powerful.
That might be a tornado crossing right there in front of me. Get on there, Davis.
This tree eater hurled timber 100 meters into the air as it narrowly missed the town of Lovelady, Texas.
Alright, it's gonna cross the road right here.
Wow, this is not working.
That might be the end of the chase.
I'm boxed in like a turtle's pecker.
This little RAV4 is starting to grow on me. So far this year, we've captured our first 3 tornadoes together. It's officially broken in, still haven't decided what we're going to name it. As many of you know, my last vehicle was called the TIT, may it rest in peace. We could call this one the TIT-2, but this year I'll be joining a scientific field operations team with the objective of gathering near-surface wind field data around tornadoes. And since I'm going to be part of a professional scientific team, it might be in our best interest to have a professional name. I asked my patrons for some help, and I got a lot of great ideas. But my favorite was from Amy, the windbreaker. Storms are starting to fire up. Let's go break some wind.
Okay, we've got a tornado warning heading right for us. Looks like a funnel cloud, a big funnel cloud. It's probably a tornado. So we're gonna watch it from right here.
I think when these storms come together, something nasty is going to happen. That's not me. That's the seats. Historically, the month with the highest tornado activity is May. My vantage underneath this storm was of a gnarly high precipitation mess. But over the storms, later that night, I had a clear, clean view of vibrant red sprites. After striking a farm home, this tornado earned an EF2 rating as it collapsed exterior brick walls, completely removed the garage and half the roof.
This is tornado number 2. The time is 6:55.
The following tornadoes remained over open prairie, producing little to no damage. May 17th marked the beginning of a historic, widespread, and prolonged severe weather outbreak. For the first time in the Storm Prediction Center's history, a threat of severe weather was introduced for their entire 8-day outlook. When a high risk for tornadoes is issued, it seems every person who ever dreamed of chasing hits the roads. The chances of a tornado occurring can be off the charts, but your odds of actually catching up to one are slim to none.
I've got a big tube on the ground. It's getting rain wrapped right now.
Stuck in traffic.
It's a beautiful tornado if it weren't so far away.
What do you do when there's a tornado warning? You stand out in the street is what you do. Walk your dog. Hey!
Gnarly mesocyclone. That wasn't me.
This tornado evaded me with an unexpected hook to the north. Again, my tactics prevented me from getting quality close footage, and that hunger to improve was festering. Some days, the chances of observing tornadoes seem unlikely. This doubt might justify more aggressive decisions. Out here, that logic, simmering with an unhealthy hunger, are ingredients for trouble.
Focus.
And Roberts.
It's coming.
The National Weather Service in Amarillo has issued a tornado warning for central Roberts County until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 7:09 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A confirmed tornado was located 9 miles northwest of Concord, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour.
Tornado. Uh-oh. You got over.
Over open country, this rain-wrapped monster grew wider than a half mile, damaging mostly trees and power lines before roping out.
My wife is gonna kill me if I survive this tornado. Hauling ass. Be really careful right here. Beautiful.
For over a week, tornado outbreaks had occurred just about every day.
Clean view. It's right where I started this morning. That wasn't me.
An outlook suggested the streak of severe weather wasn't ending soon.
Bam, there's a sprite. Bam, bam, bam.
On this magical evening, again, red sprites as well as secondary jets burst into the stars. Among these transient luminous events, I discovered a never-before-sighted, mysterious green afterglow preceding large sprites. TLE collaborator Paul Smith and I call them ghosts.
Another amazing night in Tornado Alley. We got a bunch of red sprites. They were beautiful, 3-4 clusters shooting up all over the place. To celebrate, we're gonna stay here. Look, we've got this nice chair and the arms are nice and worn in for us. There's a couple cigarette holes burned down here. Got some rags, there's some little toilet paper stuck in there. Got some masking tape. No need to get a new one. Somebody carved their name in the microwave. Got us a couple cups and spare wood that might have some bubble gum stuck on it. What is this? Oh, it's a refrigerator. Look at that. This must be the freezer side. No, I don't know what that side is. Oh, here's another refrigerator. There's a bug on the floor. No bananas for you. But my favorite thing so far is the shower. All right, everyone, we got a pretty storm behind us. Check this out. This dude is going old school and is painting the storm. What's your name, dude?
Brandon Bailey.
Brandon. Let me see what you got going on so far. Oh, you're just starting.
Yep, just getting to it. Figure I wouldn't have much time. What I do is I take these back, these field studies, I'll take them back to my studio and use my photographs and kind of compose a painting that way.
It's definitely unique and it's awesome, and I can't wait to see the final product.
Sounds good.
On May 27th, headed by Dr. Anton Simon, our scientific field operations team began attempts to collect data. That day in Colorado, we observed a brief weak tornado.
Would suggest halting here instead of moving.
And that night in Nebraska, we marveled at a spectacular lightning show.
That's a little freaky how far out in front of that tornado another tornado is. That's something to be mindful of.
Almost time to roll. Shaking the car. Shaking the car. Here goes the barn.
I'm gonna leave the cameras rolling. I'm just gonna make a quick run into this barn, make sure everybody's okay.
Copy that. We have some limited first aid supplies to meet. Yeah, that's a search and rescue at this point. So yeah, let's go with that.
All three chase vehicles successfully documented this strengthening tornado from three separate close proximity locations. The data our team collected is currently being processed by Dr. John Allen and his students at Central Michigan University to create a model of three-dimensional particle motions close to the surface as the tornado intensifies and then inflicts damage to the farmstead. The results should add new insights on the air motions responsible for the damage patterns observed, something that is not possible to ascertain with even the best mobile Doppler radars.
Right.
It's not working. On May 30th, the historic tornado streak in the U.S. ended. The previous 13 days all recorded at least 8 tornadoes. In less than 2 weeks, 391 tornadoes were confirmed, including 18 EF3s and 2 EF4s. In June, the highest tornado activity tends to shift northward, with a hot spot in Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas. In strong contrast to May, we experienced very little storm activity this June, and by the 23rd had wrapped up our tornado season field operations and disbanded to our home states.
We're now in Texas. First thing you see in Texas is the adult video store.
There I felt the warm welcome home as falling stars and red sprites lit up Texas skies.
Nice falling star.
In July and August, tornado activity significantly drops in the alley. In the Yucatan, it's the rainy season. There, we are hunting for pulse thunderstorms popping up along tropical sea breezes.
5, 4, 3, 2.
No, I see it.
In July and August, seasonable changes in prevailing winds typically bring monsoon storms to the southwestern United States. This is an excellent opportunity to capture glorious desert skies filled with fire. Down near Tucson, multiple thunderstorms were developing. Enhanced convergence from storm outflows enabled a middle cell to produce a small tornado.
That is a tornado. How about that?
This land spout was responsible for the upheaval of several tumbleweeds, and many lives were saved as lizards and scorpions sheltered in their burrows.
Hey, don't walk through my shot. I'm serious. Hey, you're messing up my shot. I can see your tail.
I've got a treat for you guys I think you're really gonna love. Say hello to Mastigoproctus giganteus, which means, in Latin, big whip butt. This is a whip scorpion, or a vinegaroon. And he's not really a scorpion, but he kind of is. He's got 4 pair of legs, but the front pair have been modified for antenna-like prodders. They're no longer walking legs. He's completely harmless unless you suffer from some kind of bug anxiety. But he's got this whip butt thing on his tail that kind of also serves like an antenna if you're gonna come and get him from behind. When you first meet them, they stand their ground and they raise their pediples into the air and give a good threatening defense. And they've got special glands in their abdomen where they can spray acetic acid into the air, or vinegar. That's why they're called vinegaroons. But I kind of like the smell. You smell like Long John Silver's. Now I want fish and chips. You ready to go back to your rocks and your crevices and all your underworld? I sure enjoyed my time with you. You know that? You are fascinating. All right, let's take you and let you go back into the desert where you belong. In the fall, there's generally a small spike of tornado activity in the Gulf states. Tornado chasers call this the second season. After trying to navigate through traffic, construction, and metropolitan tornado warning hell, I took advantage of a lakeview clearing to look for the possible tornadoes tearing through Dallas.
There's 2 areas of power flashes straight up ahead.
In the barrage of lightning, 2 areas of consistent power flashes confirmed 2 concurrent tornadoes in progress. One of these tornadoes would reach EF3 status as it badly damaged and destroyed numerous homes. Remarkably, there were no casualties.
There's a funnel cloud. Satellite, I think.
As the northern hemisphere moves into winter, longer and longer nights usher in better conditions for viewing geomagnetic storms near the Arctic. When these storms of solar wind interact with our atmosphere, the result can be the magnificent light show we know as the auroras. In December, it's summer in the southern hemisphere, and storm season is usually amping up in the northern territory. Roughly November through March, daily collisions of sea breezes across the Tiwi Islands cause one of the world's most consistent thunderstorm complexes. During World War II, pilots gave the storm an official name, Hector the Convector. Hector forms with such daily reliability that pilots and mariners use it as a navigational beacon.
Oh my goodness. It's a frilled dragon. Oh, he's running off. I was running on his hind legs. Don't go up a tree. Don't go up a tree.
We have a frilled dragon. This is the guy that inspired the Jurassic Park velociraptor with the frill. He's got a little bit of scarring on the end of his face, and part of his frill on the other side has been a little bit torn, unfortunately. I think he was hit by a car, but it looks like it happened a long time ago. He wasn't run over by the tires. They stand up on the road really tall, and I think maybe a car hit his head, but it looks like it's healing. Reptiles have a tremendous healing ability, so we're gonna be optimistic that this guy is gonna heal. But for now, let's go outside and get some photos of him on this termite mound. Maybe we'll get him to frill up, and hopefully he'll run away and be a healthy lizard to live to stand up and defend his ground another day. I got a feeling he'll be all right.
Been here in Australia for a couple days trying to get a grip on these storms out here. They're pulse storms, so there's no shear. They go up and then they just collapse on themselves. They only last 30, 40 minutes, so chasing and forecasting is kind of pointless. So I think the plan is to just kind of go around, see the wildlife, see the animals, see the pretty things. And maybe if a storm pops up in front of us, then we'll shoot it. The sun's starting to come out now, so we're probably gonna get a rainbow here in a second.
Funnel cloud? Looks like a funnel cloud.
Time to go. Get in. Welcome to Sydney, my friend.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Did you just pour your syrup all over your eggs and bacon?
No.
Where's the flush?
The flush is here.
What? No.
In 2019, 1,500 tornadoes were tallied in the United States, the fourth most active year on record. I managed to document 20 of them, and the majority of those were photogenic. I discovered a new phenomenon, provided contributions to several scientific endeavors, didn't get a single hell dent on the windbreaker, no speeding tickets, and only came close to killing myself once. Through the generosity of others, I had the great fortune to be able to travel to exotic lands in search of fascinating wonders. However, when it comes to storms, there's truly no place like home. Thanks for watching, friends. Till next time, happy trails.
Arigatou gozaimasu.